Since this video is getting posted on one of the holidays, I thought it'd be fun to do another kind of unboxing style video. I didn't pack it in a box. I probably should have got festive and put it in some sort of festive holiday box. But alas, here we are. Kind of like I've done in the past, I don't actually know what's in this pile. I know what this pile is from. This particular pile here of just stuff. Lots of stuff. This pile of stuff is from my most recent trip to Europe in September. So I will just go through it. We'll see what stories come up, what weird random things I've kept that now a couple months, 3 months, about 3 months down the road, I'm gonna look at and be like, why? Literally why? And so we'll start and we'll just go through this. So on the top, I have a bunch of receipts. I'm that weird person that keeps their receipts and then goes through their my brain is tired. Can you tell it's the holidays? I'm that person that keeps the receipts and then goes through their credit card statements to make sure they're correct, especially when I'm overseas, just for security reasons. So and it's just good practice. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a traveler, someone that's been like everywhere, just do it. It takes 5 seconds. You don't want to have your card compromised and be overseas and come home, and it's just a headache. Not that I've had that happen. I've been very fortunate, but I think that's partly because I've done my due diligence. So going through here, some of these receipts are kind of actually they make me smile. So like this one is from one of the charity shops in London, and there's two receipts from the same place, and they're literally 6 minutes and 2 seconds apart. And that's because I found something that I liked and I bought it. I got about a block down the road and realized there was something else I wanted that I had forgot to pick up after the fact. So I turned around and grabbed it. Yeah, it's just funny. But if you've never gone charity shopping while you're in London or England or anywhere like that, and I've only done it in London, but it's just super fun to go out and see what's there. And in this case, I went because I had spent the past 3 weeks on the continent in Europe and got to London and it was cold and I had no cold clothes. So lucky me. I had to go shopping and I thought, well, if I'm gonna go shopping, might as well go spend it at a charity shop and not be buying new fast fashion. So that's what I did. So we'll keep going down through here. This just more receipts. This is one of the residences, one of the hotels that I was in. It's from actually a hotel. I went to a dance workshop just outside of Toulouse, in Senlis, which was super fun. I'd never been dancing down that way, and the dancers at Senlis were so kind, and they were so patient with my core French. I speak well enough to be understood, but I would never in a million years say I speak French well, not fluently. I get by. So that was a super fun weekend. The same thing. This is my little table packet for the workshop that they put on, and yeah. So just random like dance mementos. I feel like there's stuff that maybe I should put in like a scrapbook. Maybe someday. I used a scrapbook. I'm kind of falling behind. Has the dance playlist that we dance. So just little fun memories that I like to keep around. Some of my favorite like travel souvenirs, I guess you could say, or just the random fun things you pick up, the memories. I'm not a big shopper. I don't like carting stuff around in my suitcase. Don't like having to deal with shipping stuff back. So I've always recommended people if you want to pick something up, either have it be fun like memory things from an event you attended, or I used to love just postcards, even just small things like jewelry, just simple pieces. I've picked up some like watercolor paintings, just like literally like this size that can slip into suitcase. Just some random ideas. I know, not really what we're talking about, but yeah, got a pile of stuff. So what else do I have here? So these are actually printed my Ryanair and my EasyJet boarding passes that I printed for this trip. I had not flown either of these airlines in gosh, since 2017. 2017 was definitely the last time I flew Ryanair. That would have been Dublin to Scotland, which is a whole other funny story. So I think because you pass customs and border in Dublin, which didn't really like check my like it didn't click in my head at the time. It was so weird to show up in Scotland. I think I showed up in Glasgow and it just like get off the plane and keep going. And I was like, wait, there's no customs and border. This is really weird. Like, do they even know I'm here? And of course, the years down the road, as I understand all of that, um, that relationship between Ireland and the UK a little bit better in the way that the Dublin airport works. I'm like, oh, obviously, because I passed customs and border in Dublin. Duh. Anyway, that being said, I printed my boarding passes because back then you had to have them printed or you had to pay something stupid. It was like 20 or 25 euro, I think, at the airport with Ryanair to have your boarding pass printed. And the even funnier story, I didn't print it that time. I somehow made it all the way to the gate and then they were just starting to do like a facial recognition and they were using it that day and the gate agent was really grumpy at me that I didn't have my printed boarding pass even though they had the facial recognition going. So they were nice enough to let me through, but it was kind of a one-time only thing. So now even though this is like ancient history by 8, 9 years, I'm still traumatized, so I printed it out. But better safe than sorry. So okay, I digress. What else do I have? I have my ticket to the exotic garden in Ez, which was part of the tour I did after that included Monaco. So I did that from Nice, and they stopped at the little tiny town of Ez, and there's a beautiful exotic botanic garden at the top, which funny enough is full of plants that I literally have like outside my door because I live in a Mediterranean climate in the United States, in California, and I was in the Mediterranean. So that was kind of funny to see all these plants that are like exotic. Ooh, look at this. And I'm like, yeah, I literally have them in my yard. That was kind of cool. Um, let's see, what else do I have in here? I have extra sandwich bags because you never know when you might need one for your liquids. This was a Chaldea deal that they had after visiting the hot springs spa there, which I think was a little overpriced. You know, you see it on influencers pages all the time, but I walked out of there after 3 hours more relaxed than I think I'd been in months. So yeah, I do think at the end of the day it was worth it. It was a really cool experience. Basically half of it was closed, which was unfortunate. And I was kind of thinking in my head, did I really just spend that amount of money to sit in a hot tub with floating grapefruits? Yes, I did. All that to be said, I'm glad I did it. I walked out there so relaxed. I highly recommend it if you're ever in Andorra. Go ahead and stop at Chaldea. It's worth it. If for no other reason, you just walk out of there so relaxing, refreshed. Um, this was the same thing. This is another hotel receipt. All this paperwork I keep. I don't know why I keep it. The key card cover. To tell you what room I was in. It was not a great room. It was windowless. Although they would probably tell me it wasn't windowless because it had a window, but if you opened it, it opened not into like this air shaft thing that was hot and full of I don't know what. It was gross. So it was a windowless room. Um, what was this one? This was another hotel receipt. This was from this was when I had like a one quick night at an airport hotel in Toulouse. My TK Maxx bag because I had to go shopping and I ended up at TK Maxx, which is funny because here's TJ Maxx. So yeah, just let's see what else I got. I have again a bunch of receipts. I'm so weird. I keep all my receipts. At least until like today I can go through it and be like, oh, don't need that anymore. Another key card holder. What is this one? Oh, this is the restaurant. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the card of I don't speak Italian. Ristorante Balinese. I apologize. I speak American on a good day and French on an even better day. That being said, this little restaurant, it's nothing like from the outside, it looks like nothing to write home about. It is the best Italian food I have ever had, and it was not in Italy. It was in San Marino at the top of the mountain there. That is Mount Titano. It was so good, and it was the one beautiful evening I had in San Marino because it rained the rest of the time I was there, and I was sat one table over from the windows that looked out down onto the valley, and it was green and it was lush and it was beautiful, and the sunset, and it was the dream. It was amazing. The food was amazing. The service was amazing. They came out at the end with the limoncello, and then I'm forgetting the name of the green one. I don't know if it's pistachio or what it is. Doesn't really matter. It was amazing. It was excellent. I'm glad I have that card because I loved it. Highly recommend it. Definitely will be included somewhere when I do a recap of that trip. I have a hair tie. Hair ties are always good, right? You tie your hair back. I'm just look down at some of the last. This was this was the tag from when I went to see Pisa. And on my way to the train, I 100% lost my brain as I was leaving my Airbnb and forgot to throw in my oversized button down white top, long sleeve top to go over my tank top. And I knew better because I was gonna go see the cathedral as well while I was there, which meant no bare shoulders. So I bought a wrap, and this was tied around the wrap. It was like €2, I think, at one of the little shops there. It doesn't say what shop it was, but it was like the perfect price, and it saved my butt, and here we are. Even seasoned travelers have brain farts sometimes. Let's see what else. More receipt. The parent, makes it look like I spent a lot of money or something, and I swear I didn't. What was this one? Oh, this was so when you're in San Marino, if you ever go to San Marino, they have like a tourism card that you can buy. Highly recommend it. It takes you into all the sites there, and you can just start at the castle at the top, which is where I bought the card, and then you can just work your way down the mountain. Or you can go the opposite way, buy the card at the bottom of the hill somewhere and work your way up. I've just felt like starting at the top because the day before the castle was closed, and I was like, well, might not even get to see it. So that was that. I could not tell you what this is. It's a ticket. Oh, it says, I was like, why does it say Down Abbey? I went to movies when I was in Italy. So that would be, I was in Florence, specifically, so that would be why. Oh, this was my opera little, when you go into Pisa, the Leaning Tower, you have to store your stuff. So that was the receipt for that. I got my San Marino map. That's all the places that card will take you. I have 100,000 receipts. I don't know. Don't know. They're pretty boring. No one needs to know what those are. So just gonna go in the pile. Pretty much down to the end of it. Napkins, which makes sense. I was not feeling 100% for part of that trip, so definitely had anytime like I had napkins I could find. Stopped and grabbed some because I needed to blow them nose periodically. Joys of travel, right? Sometimes you just catch the common cold and you don't feel good, so you blow your nose. So here we are. And yeah, that's oops. I think I tickled her toes. That's kind of that pile. It was a little more boring maybe than I had anticipated. But the good news is our helper was here and you got to see her. And I know you're here really for her and not for me. And that's okay because she's pretty darn cute. So yeah, that was kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some more of these. All right. Catch you on the next one. Bye.